If you're going through the immigration process in 2025, you know that immigrant visas and the National Visa Center are severely backlogged. What's going to happen this year? What are some of the new procedures that NVC is going to implement? Everything you need to know about the beginning of the year and what to expect with immigrant visas, I'll try to cover in this video. This is going to be one of many videos I'm going to do in this series, talking about what to expect with National Visa Center, some new things you need to know when you're preparing your case for processing, and when finally they'll schedule that visa interview for you. All that and more in this video. Hello my friends, and welcome to our immigration channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about immigrant visa processing and National Visa Center and what to expect in 2025. First video in the series that we're going to do to explain the big changes that are happening and what to expect under this new Trump administration. First of all, as you know, when immigration are sending petitions to the National Visa Center, it usually takes a few months to get those petitions sent to National Visa Center. First thing they said in the beginning of the year is that they've already seen delays from cases coming from the USCIS to the National Visa Center. That's not a good sign to start the year with. What they're saying is that if 60 days passed and you don't see a notification for National Visa Center that your case is there, you need to take proactive action. Also, if you want your case to go through the US Embassy and not adjustment of status, you have to let them know in your form. If not, they're not going to automatically in 2025 move your case from the USCIS to NVC if you didn't request it originally. If you don't do this on time, you'll be forced to file Form I-824, which will delay your application even further. So remember, tip number one, if you want your case to go to the consulate, you mention it in Form I-130. Otherwise, they're not going to do this automatically. Let's look at NVC timeframes for 2025. I'm going to give you some general overview, and in future videos, I'm going to dive deep into every month, what cases are being processed at each particular month. Remember, in 2024, they issued 645,000 immigrant visas in that year, and this is called the Year of Immigrant Visas. We're moving strong into 2025, and we hope to see even more visas being issued. The average of visa processing per month was about 50,000. And as you know, every month when I make those NVC update videos, I told you the numbers are running in the low 40,000s, and finally we go to 50,000. The goal in 2025 is to hit 65,000 per month, which will even more increase the processing of these visas. Remember, in 2025, just like we did last year, more applicants are encouraged to use the CAC system, and that system will be improved this year even further. Remember, when you log into the system, just to remind you, you have to choose an agent, number one, pay the fees, number two, submit the financial documents, Form I-864, and all the supporting documents at one time. Remember, do not submit tax returns, submit IRS transcripts. This is a key tip for 2025. If you submit the tax returns, it will cause delays because their system is not able to see all the financial information that they're looking for, and you might be getting requests for evidence. If you submit IRS transcripts, it will speed up your case significantly in 2025. And finally, you're going to submit your visa application on Form DS-260 and the supporting documents. Once you submit that Form DS-260, you can no longer change it after submission. Remember that. And finally, once everything is good, your case will be documented complete and you will move to the queue. It is essential that you do that because otherwise, the longer you delay the document submission, the longer it will take for your case to be documented complete. Now remember, once you document complete, you just sit there and wait for your application to be scheduled for an interview. Many cases are sitting there, but if you're not going to become documented complete, you're not going to be in the queue. It's not enough to be documented complete. In 2025, like in the year before, you also have to wait for your priority date to become current. Once your priority date becomes current in the visa bulletin, only then the NVC will consider sending your case for an embassy to be scheduled for an interview. Now, under the new system, if you want to check your case status with the NVC, you have to use the public inquiry form only, no phone calls. But a new thing in 2025 is that if they need information from you, the National Visa Center might be calling you, for example, to verify documents, to update information, and to notify you of important events. They will be calling applicants directly from the NVC, but we cannot call them. Now, in 2025, if you want to expedite your case with NVC, you can still do that. They still allow you to do that. You can still use the email nvcexpedite@state.gov to request and expedite, it has to be some kind of hardship to the US petitioner or other humanitarian reason, but they will expedite in certain cases. Do not give up on that option. Now remember guys, if you haven't received a notice from NVC 60 days after your case was transferred from USCIS, you have to contact them. Don't wait. Contact them within 60 days because otherwise your case will be delayed. Now, what about people who want to change their location of the post? Many clients want to move cases from one embassy to another. How do you do this? In 2025, you will do this through the public inquiry form only. You don't email NVC, you use the public inquiry form, you put in the title, I want to change embassies, I want to change posts, and they will expedite that process within 30 to 45 days. That's the only way to do that. Remember, the 1-year contact requirement. Many people complaining that the National Visa Center is closing their cases and they have to refile or file an appeal. This is called the 1-year no contact. If you want to avoid this from happening to you in 2025 and losing your visa, do the following. Pay your fees online. That's form of contact. Submit a form online that they're asking for. Number 3, submit an inquiry on the public inquiry form. That's a form of contact. Log into the CAC account. That's a form of contact. As long as you do that at least twice a year, you're good to go. Another thing from National Visa Center in 2025, and it's going to happen a lot, you're getting emails from the National Visa Center to start paying your fees, but your priority date is not current. Should you do that? Should you pay the fees? And the answer is yes. Why is that happening? Because what they're doing is they're using the dates for filing chart. Dates for filing chart is a little bit faster than the final action dates. And the reason why they want you to do that and pay the fees is because if you do that, they're going to move you further along in the queue. Your case will be ready. In the future, you might have to update a few things, but otherwise, you'll be ready in the queue. So even if your dates are not current under the final action dates, they're looking at the dates of filing just to advance you in the queue. So if you get those emails, don't ignore them, pay the fees, you'll be advanced in the queue, and that will be a major way to update and speed up your processing of cases at the National Visa Center. That's also going to help speed up the process of eventually when you're going to get your immigrant visa interview. So these are some updates that are coming from the National Visa Center. The first that we got in the beginning of the year. I'm going to make more and more of these videos throughout the year. NVC updates, when will you get your immigrant visa? All that's going to happen in 2025. If you're here for the first time watching my videos, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of them. And also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show these videos to more people just like you. If you need help with your immigration matters in 2025, you're worried about backlogs, you need to expedite, you need to sue the government, send me a text 619-483-4549 or go to www.immigrationsap.com. I'm here for you. Please share this video, share with somebody that needs to know, save it, and guess what? I'll see you in our next video.